Welcome back to Dmac's Mad Gaming. I'm your host, the Man's Gamer. Here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. Welcome back, guys. And today I got a really messed up topic to discuss with you guys. I don't know why I have to discuss this topic, but I have to discuss it because it's happening in the gaming community. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's giving their positive and negative feedback on the situation. We all know Mortal Kombat 11 came out on April 23rd. Fantastic game. Love the gameplay mechanics. Love the story. Not too fine on the customization loot drops, but that's another video. Today we're talking about Mortal Kombat 11 and controversy around Jack's ending and the classic tower story ending for each individual character. Now, if you haven't played a Mortal Kombat game, usually when you play a Mortal Kombat game, you have arcade or a tower that you complete, and each time you complete it with a different character, you get a individual unique ending for that specific character. Well, Jack's ending we're talking about today because it's a little bit controversial in a way because in the ending of his story, he kind of stopped the Atlanta slave trade from happening altogether, and people are losing their minds. Some people saying that NetherRealm Studios is racist for doing that. They trying to be woke and all this other stuff, and I'm trying to play devil advocate here. I'm trying to see both sides and understand why they feel the way they feel, but it's just a game in my opinion. And I don't understand why we have to even have this discussion. It's a fictional character. He's a fictional African American character. And the theme of the game is time travel. So of course each character gonna do something unique with the time travel powers when they defeat the main boss, Chronica, if I'm pronouncing her name right. And to hear people complain about it is just mind blowing. Some people feel like it's just a game. It's fantasy. It's a fictional character. Who cares? Then you got other people saying no. NetherRealm Studios is trying to play like they're woke, trying to be extreme leftists, and put a story like that for Jackson destroys his whole character history and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, NetherRealm Studios have the creative freedom to do as they please. And if they want to make Jack's character woke or whatnot, that's their business. But to have a drawn out debate and arguing in the gaming community over this to me is just pointless and childish, in my opinion. I understand both sides. Yes, it does promote some type of I don't know how to word both sides do have valid points on how they feel the way they feel. But at the end of the day, it's just a game, in my opinion, and it doesn't bother me really. It doesn't bother me about it. If it didn't bother about it, if Jackson went back and controlled the trade slate, the Atlantic slave trade, if he wanted to go back and control it and only sell off bad black people, it wouldn't bother me because it's a character. It's a video game character, and it's even though it's based off of historical events, it's still a fictional character with a fictional different ending. It doesn't really matter to me. And to hear people in the game community have arguments and full on explosive debates about this is just mind boggling in my mind. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me something. Maybe I can tell the man's game or something that this is a bigger problem than what I think it is because they're interjecting politics into our games, and that's offensive on many fronts, and I understand that. I don't want politics in my games neither, but this is just having fun with historical events like every game does. I mean, how about times in Far Cry where you went to brown countries and shot up a bunch of brown people? I didn't get offended to that, so why would I get offended to this? And I don't understand it. To me, it's just ludicrous on how we're having a full-on debate about something that really doesn't matter. And I'm just trying to figure out why we even care, really. Why do we even care, really? I mean, it's insane. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, I don't know. So I've been waiting for a week or so for people to actually get their opinions out there. I went on Reddit, I went on Twitter. I have a link to an article. I got information from the description box below to kind of give you a broad, general idea of what people are outraged about. But I feel like it's just the outrage culture being outraged for no reason. I believe people calling NetherRealm Studios racist is not, they're not really being racist because they create they have a fictional character do something fictional with a historical event. I mean, NetherRealm Studios never said they was trying to be historically accurate when it comes to depicting the Atlanta trade slate. They've never been like that. They've been over the top, funny, outrageous, intense storytelling. That's how Mortal Kombat has always been throughout the generations. And I can understand the other point inside where some fans of Jax can feel like that's not his character, that's not who he is. But this is a build up over many games. And if he had the power to change things, why not? I mean, yes, the ideal of it is wrong. The whole idea of stop, the whole idea of the idea of it to me is political, but it's not wrong to want to stop something like that when it has affected millions and millions of African American people or millions of Africans back in the slave trade days. I mean, I don't know how to get people to understand that it's if you have the power to change things, when you change it yourself. I mean, let's think about this realistically. If you had the ability to stop something horrific from happening, would you not at least try? And that's all NetherRealm Studios was doing with this character. It was giving him, put him in a situation where he has a major power to do major change. And he did something that could never be, he did something that a lot of people would never think to do. Well, let me take that back. Some people would think to do that. He gave Jax the opportunity to do something that any African or African American person would want to do for his people. But the Atlanta slave trade happened for a reason. And it's the reason why now we African Americans live in America and can prosper in America. So I mean, even though it was a historically dark time for the African people, it still allowed, even through all that suffering and pain, something good came out of it. And that's all you can take from it. I mean, I'm always being bombarded with pro-black ideas and ideological ideas about who I should be as an African American and all this. And I'm just me. I'm just a mass gamer. And I'm not gonna go and get political on this. I'm not associated. I'm not affiliated with any political party. Um, in the middle, I am conservative about some things. I'm liberal about other things, but I'm not one side. And I don't think it's offensive, really. I don't think it's offensive, but I don't like the way that they kind of just threw that in there when they could have just kept to his character throughout the Mortal Kombat history. Yeah, they could have kept it like that, but they wanted to do something different. I mean, if you play through with Scorpion's individual classic towers, he kept rewriting time to keep his wife and his wife and child alive. And each time he tried, they died. So he went on hunting for other powerful gods that prevented his family from living. So I mean, is it offensive because it's touching on a historical event that America is not proud of, or any country is proud of? Because the legislature has the Atlanta slave trade has been all over the world. Everyone has took parts in it. It's just not America. Lots of countries have took part in that slave trade. So it's not guilt tripping America or anything like that. So I don't understand why people are losing their minds over that. And to me, it's pointless to argue about something like that. He's a fictional character with a fictional opportunity to do something fictional, and that even though it's based off a historical event, it's not a historical accurate. It's not a historical accurate game. It's not trying to. It's not trying to be a historically accurate game. It's just a game that's over the top, funny, and intense. And that could be labeled as a tense moment where Jax realized that he can save his family, but he can save so many other people that looks like him. I mean, if you have the power to do something like that, you would jump on the chance. I would think a lot of you out there would. So I don't understand why we're having a big blown on debate about it. But that's just my opinion about the whole situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you feel like that I'm wrong and that I should be offended by it? Or do you feel like that I should be cheering it and championing it? Because I don't feel nothing at all about it. It's just an ending to an individual character that I like to play in Mortal Kombat. And it has something to do with time traveling, because when you talk about time travel, ideas like that pop in your head. So, I mean, it stands to the theme of the game. it's not doing anything out of the ordinary. And just because it touched on a historical event doesn't mean it's being historically accurate. And doesn't mean that it's trying to be initially racist. I don't feel it. I don't understand why we having a discussion about it. And Railroad Studios is not racist, and they're not some extreme liberals where they're trying to promote ideological ideas onto people that don't want to hear it. I don't feel like that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you think about this whole controversy around Mortal Kombat and Jax? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have your own opinion about it? Love to hear all you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, helps out the channel. Make sure you share, that also helps us as well. And as always, stay safe, keep gaming. And I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you back.